Hello, students. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I think what we discussed yesterday.
Soft skills completed, sir.
Okay, we are done with soft skills, right? Like the topic that we discussed yesterday is
7 C's, sir.
7 C's of
okay,
communication.
right. Job
Job
application.
application.
Okay.
Letter.
And also LinkedIn profile, sir. How to create it.
Yes, LinkedIn profile. Yes. Okay, now from today I'm going to start verbal ability. Before I start verbal ability, there is one section which is self-analysis technique that you need to do. That is a SWOT analysis. You might have heard it before, right? Like SWOT analysis. The full form for this SWOT is strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Normally, every company do this SWOT analysis to check their progress. Like they will be having 4 sections in total. Just a second, let me share my screen first. Okay. So you do have 4 sections. Yes, here you can see. In the same way, you have to do your SWOT analysis. Normally, as of now, it will be like a mess to us, like where we are exactly. Now, however, you are going to face the interviews after your graduation done or in your final years itself. But to face that interview, we discussed a lot of things like interview rounds, communication, and everything, among which you have extracted a lot of good vocabulary in that, like soft skills related vocabulary. And you also find out what things actually required for cracking the interviews and everything. Now you have everything, and the classes of this soft skills got completed. Now you need to do the self analysis technique. As I'm saying that every company do this SWOT analysis just to check their performance. So they will list out their strengths first, and then they will list out their weakness and their opportunities, like that they have to improve their company profits, and threats that is stopping from outside. Like they will list out all these things, and at last they will able to understand what their weaknesses and threats. And after finding out their weaknesses and threats, they try to change this weakness into strength and threats into opportunities, so that they have the scope of improving the company profits or company development. In the same way, we can also apply this SWOT analysis for self-analyzing techniques. As you can simply do one thing. So you need to take one paper or one book, anything it may be, and you need to write strengths at one page, your weakness at one page, opportunities and threats, all these things at one page. As you need to do in this class itself, as I'm going to show you few questions. By reading that questions, you can think and you can list out in these 4 parts. Okay, let's first understand what this strengths, weakness, and everything. As you can see, the full form here is the strengths, weakness, and opportunities and threats. And self-analysis can be useful, but only if it results in action. Just because I'm saying you to write doesn't mean you should write and living that paper. So you should take the action on each and every weakness that you have. And then only we can able to overcome all the problems we have. Because all of sudden, if I ask you that what exact problem that you are facing for the communication or for the interviews, so you might think one or two. As if you have in such a case, then you don't have any chance of overcome that fears. What if you list everything at one place and doing it one by one? Then automatically at last you don't have anything like any fear to face the interview. And that's the exact reason why don't just dedicate these things to the paper or book. So you should do the action on everything. Like I usually done this SWOT analysis during my graduation itself, which really helped me. Still, I have that book with me, as that I have the strikes in the weakness and like threats part. I mentioned everything properly and genuinely, and I worked like almost 6 to 8 months on that. And I developed in everything. Like it may be body language, it may be certifications. So if we list at one place, then there will be no complications to us to understand what exactly we have or nothing. And next, yes, as that will tells about the strengths weakness, as the strengths weakness are inner from inner, and opportunities and threats are external in nature. As by personal SWOT analysis, as I mentioned, few things to brand image and success unique to you, and to identify internal strengths and weakness, what internally you have, and external opportunities that you have, like jobs and threats that you have, and to formulate success strategy. At last, you can formulate what exactly you are, where exactly you are, something like that. And if you talk about strengths, then an internal resource or capability, or any capabilities that you have related to the technical or related to many things that we discussed in the soft skills class. And like here you can see things you are really good at and value you have to offer, etc. And coming to weakness, as lack of experience, limited knowledge. So any negative aspects will be there. Then you need to think of them and you need to list out. Simply, if you have this weakness of not giving proper eye contact, then you can mention that. And internally, you have to think internally, like confidence and communication, vocabulary, English grammar, everything comes from internally from our mind, right? So you need to think of such things and always think from the interview point of view. As weakness in the sense there are a lot many weakness, as you are doing this SWOT analysis just for this interview success, so you need to think from interview point of view and then mention only interview related things. And opportunities means like here you can see an external condition that could provide an competitive advantage, like company growth, field shortage. Like if you do also have this opportunity of doing internship at your graduation level only, so that kind of opportunity is there. Now you have these opportunities of attending a lot of seminars, webinars, and follow uh, few people and maintain a proper good networking. So you can do all these things, and this will consider as a opportunities. So you can mention all the opportunities that you have, and you have to follow everything here. And when it's come to threats, you need to think like what externally it is stopping you to get the job, not internally but externally. As for example, field of like a lot of jobs are now replacing with AI. So you need to think whether whatever the domain that you have chosen or the domain that you are going to work in the company will be safe or not. And the competition. So these kind of things will be threat to us. Like how do you overcome this is what you need to think. And after doing this SWOT analysis, like you will be doing SWOT analysis, right? And just work on this weakness and threats, each and everything. And you need to turn this into strengths and turn these threats into opportunities. Then automatically we will be in the uh, like the right path to get a job. Okay. As if we see particularly, so coming to strengths like positive self and public image, like public image in the sense you have a greater advantage in identifying in the LinkedIn profile or something like that. And education and certifications are the biggest strengths that we can consider. And education in the sense the knowledge that you have in the technical part, and the certifications, like you might have done some projects or something like that where you got the certificate. So the knowledge on hands-on experience on that particular field. So you can mention that things in the strengths. And rich work experience is also something that you can mention. If you have any work experience, like as I told you yesterday itself, like work experience doesn't mean a full-time work only. It may be any work like internships or any certifications like that. And technical knowledge in the specific field. You need to cross check, you need to question yourself, like you are going to work in this domain, like for example data analytics. Do you have every knowledge on this thing? Not. And communication skills, of course, as you need to consider both technical and soft skills here, as together they are called the interview. And leadership skills, networking, contacts. Particularly for coming to the soft skills, you need to think like what we discussed it since the first day. We have been discussing different rounds of interview, and we discussed things like critical thinking, problem solving, analytical skills, and confidence building. And coming to body language, we discussed about eye contact, gestures, and presentation skills, English vocabulary, and many things. So you need to think each and every aspect that we discussed, and you need to mention here in the strengths part, whichever you feel that you are good at. And interaction with professional organization, as you do have this dareness or not, like to interact with anyone, like the confidence, simply confidence. And vice versa to this comes under the weakness part, like a negative self and public image, negative self and public image, or education not in the related field or lower level, lack of desired work experience. You can mention this thing as a weakness. Then after mentioning this work experience part in the weakness, then automatically you can find the solution. Okay, now I don't have work experience, then what I need to bring here. So you can obviously think about mm, uh, internships, as you need to search for the internships now or the certifications. And lack of technical knowledge in the specific field. So you can mention this in the weakness, then you need to work upon overcoming that weakness by learning a lot of technical knowledge on particular field. And lack of communication skills, leadership skills, lack of networking skills and contacts. So you can mention this, and you can build a proper networking, as we are in the AI era, as you find many videos, like many suggestions that we can take from the internet. So you should ask anywhere, like in YouTube, or in like you can follow few people who are already doing good, or you can also follow few channels which are providing the informative things. By learning all those things, you can build our network and you can build your knowledge and everything. And do not have goals and objectives is the biggest weakness that we can consider, as you should have that clarity why you have chosen this career. And even in the interviews you will get this question, why only this particular domain, despite having these many domains in the world, as why you are really interested in this data analytics, why not something else. So you should have one goal and the objectives for that. If you don't have, then you can still consider this as a weakness and you should work on that. And next, opportunities, like growth, globalization in the field of choice. As the company that you do have this opportunity of working in the MNC companies, right? So do not settle for less. Like I'm not saying that is bad, but your priority should be like MNC's companies, as that has a greater advantage that MNC companies have like branches in every other country. So you do have this lot of scope of exploring, and your level of job is also fine. So you need to think how to get there. And technical advances in your field of work, and advantage with enhancing your skills, like you do have advantages getting internships, attending many certifications like hackathons. And trends needing your kind of skills, like updating your trends on the particular field is also very important. And chance to target more specific job goals, as you need to not only stick with one thing, as you are in this IT industry, as IT is all about changes that you know. So you should not only stick with one thing, that you need to explore many other things. It's a continuous learning that you need to follow, as that is the opportunity that you have. And normally we have this famous quotation, like a person is a continuous learner. So there is no dead end for learning here. So you should continuously learn something, because accidentally if you don't find any growth in particular field that you have chosen, or it got replaced by AI, it might happen. So you should not stick with one thing. Then you do have this opportunity of enhancing a lot of skill in other fields too, as you need to think which field best suits to you, not just one thing. And chance for advancement in your field and location is at your advantage, as you need to consider this as a location best advantage and strong networking. As you have this opportunity of building a strong networking, then you have to find the solutions. How? Okay. So this is all about opportunities and threats, like downsizing your chosen field, like I was saying about replacing with AI, and off trends in your field of work, and cutthroat competition. I think have we discussed about thing like which job has the highest competition before? Have I asked you this question? Can someone please tell me?
No, sir. We
No.
didn't ask.
Okay. So now I'm asking you to you, like which job you might be thinking having a lot of competition and why? Government jobs, okay. UPSC. Yes. Hmm. Like everyone is saying government job, RRP. Okay. Jahnavi Reddy is saying IT. Why? I mean, every domain has this competition, but particularly which you feel like which domain has this a lot of competition. Yes, there are many, but particularly yes. So IT field has a lot of competition. How I will say, as many people won't agree with that, because many people will say government jobs have a lot of advantage. That is clear to us, like we can see. But this IT is something that we can't directly see. That's why we don't opt for this. But the reality is this IT jobs has a lot of competition. How? Let's assume that you are in your graduation, or everyone is in their graduation. So in the final year, few students will get placed in few companies in the IT jobs. Okay, fine. And what about remaining? They will be graduating from that college, and now like they will find the jobs outside. This is the second category of students, the one who find in the college itself, and yes, college and outside after grad or before grad. So this is one category of students, but they were settled. And there is also one category of students who didn't get any jobs. So what they will do now, they will upskill themselves. That means they will join like some skill development programs, or like simply coaching institutes. So coaching students. Later, not everyone will settle in that. So few people will settle in the IT jobs. And there are still remaining students who are trying their luck in the IT, right? Trying. Now, think about students who are not graduated in the IT part, as you are in the technology, which is BTech. But BTech is not only the graduation we have, but we do have many other things like thousands of courses, which is not related to technology. Then those are the students like non-IT students. And in the grad itself, few students will settle in non-IT jobs. Few students will settle in non-IT jobs. Even this non-IT students will also settle in non-IT jobs. Okay. Now next, few students try their luck in the government exams. So government service students, like government exams preparing students. Okay. So yes, students. So this is one category. And next, yes, on an average, like it's like a lakhs of students who graduate every year. As you can find, this year completes very fastly. So on every year, a lot of graduates comes out. Graduates. Now we'll see why I'm saying this IT job has a lot of competition. Now those who are placed in college or outside, they are already doing well in the IT jobs. But will they stop there? Means no. Then what they are doing? They are upskilling themselves to get a higher positions. Are they not going to be the biggest competition to you? Like they are going to grasp all the jobs that you are looking as a fresher, because they are technologically knowledgeably, they are advanced than you compared to you, as you are a fresher and they were already having some experience in that, but still they want to upgrade. So what company prefer is this kind of people, those who have already experienced it. Now you can see the people who took coaching, who are taking coaching and settle in the IT, same comes under this category. They will upskilling themselves, like it's a, they consider it as a continuous learning, as they are going to be the biggest competition to you again. And now coming to non-IT jobs, those who are in non-IT education as well as non-IT job, those who did IT education and settled in the non-IT jobs. So they will do this non-IT jobs, and after doing 2 or 3 years, they realize this fact that there is no growth in this non-IT field, and the salaries even like less. There are not more hikes compared to this IT. Like this IT has a greatest advantage. Like why most of the people showing this interest in this IT field means simply it has a fast growth as well as salary hikes, and that's the exact reason. But I'm not saying it's completely that, but there are few people who are having this genuine interest in that as well. So after realizing that this fact, even these people are going to be the biggest competition, because they are going to upskill again by taking the courses. They are going to be the biggest competition to you again. And now the government exam students here, like they try their luck in the government exams. As you can see, the vacancies and the students ratio, not everyone will be placed in the government exams. So they try their luck in the government exams like 2 to 3 years, but their next focus, the immediate next focus is on IT job only. So they are going to be the biggest competition to you again. And the one who is going to graduate in 2028, 29, 30, 31, they are technologically more advanced than us. Why? They have a advantage. Like they were technologically more advanced because they are a techie students. Like we call Sensi. I mean, we also comes under that, but according to us, they are more advanced. So they are going to grasp all the jobs that we are looking for because they are technologically advanced. See how much competition is there. Like it's from every side. It's from every side. My intention is not to make you panic, but this is the reality. I just want to show you the reality. So this is the thing. Then what you need to understand by this thing, just you need to upgrade, like where you are at present. This SWOT analysis is that where you are at present and what you need to overcome and where you have to be in future. And this is what you need to continuously think, or else these many people are going to be the competition who is standing like in front of you. So the cutthroat competition is the biggest threat we have. Then what we should do to overcome this cutthroat competition is what you need to question yourself, find out the solutions, and you need to gain a lot of knowledge. It may be technically, soft skills wise, everything. And you need to gain some hands-on experience on something by gaining a lot of certifications, building and networking. See, these many tasks are left. And at least this will take a lot of time, right? So if you haven't started anything yet, then you are going to face a lot of problem. So you need to question that. And tough competition from young, as I already told you, as they are technologically advanced. Like here today, we can able to see the school system. Do we have the same school system when we studied in the school time? Means no, not at all. Like in physics, we normally told that this is atom or something on the board itself, and they leave us for our imagination. But now students have the scope of learning everything in a three-dimensional view. So, like technically or technologically, they were more advanced. Like for their understanding is more compared to us. If we still struggle to get a job in 28, 29, 30, then they are going to be the one who just grasp all the jobs that we are looking for. So that's the worst condition. Then what you need to do? Updating yourself, updating the trends that is happening, and like upgrading yourself is what you need to follow. And competitors with superior skills, experience, knowledge, like I'm saying about these people who already done their jobs, is the biggest threat that we have. And lack of advanced education or training you need to take, like even the training that you are taking or the education that you are taking right now, if that is not much qualitative, as it runs just like a sake of completing the course, then it won't give any fruitful like results. Like the year completes, time completes, the content completes, syllabus completes, but at the end you are not getting anything. And these soft skills, particularly these soft skills, whatever I taught you for these many days, I encouraged you to speak. You might can relate now at least that why I did so, why I am interested in conducting, even though you stressed out. Like I know if someone comes and stress out some people to speak, no one likes to speak in public or no one likes to speak in front of a lot of people. But still, I keep asking, like, you may scold me, curse me, you can do anything to me, but it's my duty for you to overcome your fears. As this purpose of this subject, soft skills, is this. As students are many here, so I just given chance to you itself, as I thought you are matured enough to understand all these things. So whoever feels that it is really required to you, you need to participate. And next, limited advancement in your field and companies are not hiring is also a problem that we normally face. Like nowadays, it's very common. So just a second. Yes, exactly. Right. So these are the threats that you can consider. So you need to do one thing right now, as you can take one book or paper or anything, but make sure that should be along with you until you strike out everything in the weakness and threats part. So it's better you should consider one book, and then you, if you want to divide that one page into four sections, then you can, or else you can just take separate pages for strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Anything is fine as per your convenience. I'm giving you time like as now the time is 5:40. So I'm giving you 5 minutes now. 5 minutes now. So you can think. You can think and mention whatever comes to your mind. I'll show you a few questions to get some ideas. But first, you need to do it all by yourself. Later, for more ideas, I'm going to show you a few questions based on which you can think. So hope you will do this thing. You can start now. You can take one book and you can list out the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and you can write it. Once you're done, please let me know. Then we shall proceed with the questions. Hope you are doing great. Can you please confirm? Are you doing? Yes, okay. I won't disturb you for 5 minutes. You can complete that and just let me know once you've done that. Okay, do it genuinely and honestly, as I'm not going to check, however, and you don't need to show that to anyone. So make it honestly. All right. Hope you are done. Now let's move into a few questions. Okay, here you can see one first question. What advantages do you have that others don't have? Like for example, any skills or certifications or educations or connections. You can think such things and you can mention them. And next, what do you do better than anyone else? What do you do better than anyone else? Like if you communicate well, Like if you can able to communicate professionally, then you can consider that as a strength. Or if you are particularly have a lot of knowledge on particular domain, then you can still consider that as a strength. And particularly regarding the jobs, what personal resources can you access? As for researching like ambition box, that we have discussed a lot of things, but those are just few. So you need to think like what personal resources can you access? If you can't, then mention in the weakness. If you can't able to access a lot of resources, then you can mention in the weakness. You can write like there is no right thing or wrong thing here. So whichever you feel that you need to change in future in the upcoming days, then you can write it. What do other people like your teacher see as your strengths? Other people like normally we get compliments on particular things, right? So you can think of such things and you can write it here. It's not like you are doing good videos in the Instagram. It's not like that, but interview point of view. Which of your achievements are most proud of? You can think of the achievements that you have achieved till now, and you can think of like what do you, which things you feel like you are proud of, and what values do you believe in that others fail to exhibit. Like the values, you need to think the values. What personal values that you have. Next, are you a part of network that no one else involved in? If so, what connections do you have with influential people? And consider this from your own perspective and from the point of view of the people around you. And don't be modest or shy. Be as objective as you can. And you can think such things. And write down a list of your personal characteristics, personal things, anything personal, right? Related to body language. Some of this will help hopefully be strengths. You can also learn more about identifying your strengths and think about your strengths in relation to the people around you. Okay. So you can click the picture if you want, as you can do better when you are alone. So whenever you are alone, you need to think very deeply and you need to do this activity. And next, coming to the weakness part, as this is very important because it's all about finding our weakness and turning them into strengths is what the real essence of this SWOT analysis. So you can think what tasks do you usually avoid because you don't feel confident doing them. So you can think and list out them. What tasks do you usually avoid because you don't feel confident doing them? And you can think what will the people around you see as your weakness? And next, are you completely confident in your education that you are educating right now and skills training that you are taking right now? If not, where are your weakest? For example, there's almost 100 plus people here in the class. So only 10 or 20, like 10 or 15 members will participate every day. And remaining people, you can still consider this. Like I can't able to on my mic and can able to speak. As you can consider this as a weakness. Then to overcome that, what you need to take a step, you need to like to strike that what you need to do, you need to participate so that you can strike that. And next, what are your negative work habits? Like often late, laziness, disorganized, short temper, poor at handling stress. There are many things like this. So you can think of such habits that you feel negative. Do you have personality traits that hold you back in your field? Any your personal personality traits that is holding you back, like losing confidence, shaking voice. There's a lot of things. Okay. Uh, even though you if you skip opportunities and threat, it's fine, but you need to do this strengths and weakness like very carefully because interview contains a lot of things which are internal in nature. But of course, opportunities is something that you need to also find out so that you have the scope of getting knowledge from outside too. You can click the picture if you want and then do it later. As you can see, opportunities here. Also, you can take the picture of these opportunities. I mean, these are just few questions or examples, but you can, it's better you should think from your own way. Just for the reference, I have given this. Those who didn't got it. Like this is related to the employee point of view, where you can turn these things related to the student and you can make it. And next, oh, you click at the picture and this is the threats. Like it is related to work. So you can relate it with the student life or college life. Okay. And at last, your SWOT analysis should look like this. As you can see, strengths means being polite and courteous to customers in the sense it is related to company one. So as an example, I'm showing you. In the weakness, timekeeping, overcomplicated tasks, organizing tasks, getting back to customers. Uh, yes, developing stronger technical knowledge of how business operate, developing further IT skills to help produce more complex work. And after mentioning all these things, you have to find the solutions how to get that. Okay. This is what the SWOT analysis. If you have any questions or doubts related to this, then you can please ask me. Else, we shall proceed with the verbal ability. You can do this for remaining SWOT analysis when you are alone without any disturbance. Okay. So that you have a scope of exploring more. Okay. No questions from your end? Okay, fine. Okay. As this is the end for our soft skills, as I said, I'll conduct debate. If I have any time today, then definitely I'll conduct. But we have successfully done this soft skills part, and you made me teach very interestingly. I should thank for you to participate for the participation. And yeah, verbal ability. So why we are learning verbal ability here? There are two reasons for this. Where one reason is, so one reason here is to clear the aptitude round. As you are a fresher, so if you go for any interview, being a fresher, then the first round that you are going to face here is the aptitude round. As this aptitude round contains three sections, where one is quantitative aptitude, which is having a mathematical applications like ratio, proportion, percentages. So these kind of topics will be there. So completely related to maths. And there is a logical reasoning. This logical reasoning contains questions, sections like blade relations, syllogism, seating arrangement, floor building. These kind of topics are common. And there is a thought section which is verbal ability, right? So these are the three sections you can find. And now I'm going to start the verbal ability first, as this helps in two ways: to clear this exam, as well as to communicate something. Then we should first know the grammar rules. But grammar rules alone not sufficient for speaking here. You need to practice whatever the rules you have learned. So both are two different aspects. And language is something that we can speak in many ways. It's not a fixed sentence that is the only thing that you need to speak. That is a language. We can mold in the ways that we want. But there are few rules which are concrete rules that we need to follow, even the way you mold the language. Like there's a concrete rule that will is used for only future. You can't mold this will for past. So these are the rules that we need to learn. And then for the next 15 days, where I'm going to start teach this verbal ability. As I said, I'm not going to complicate this grammar the way our teachers complicated in our schooling time. You can still remember the school time, like the grammar that we learned. If all of a sudden, if I ask anyone here by giving one active voice, and if I ask you to change into passive voice, will anyone do? Can anyone raise the hand? Like, is there any person in the class? If I give you one active voice, can you able to change into passive voice or not? Is there any one person who can say that I can do this? Yamini. Okay. Okay, Yamini. Let's see. I'm not testing just to uh, make something else. Just a second. Okay, Shaswini, Yamini. Fine. The sentence to you. This is a sentence for Amini and Yashaswini. As this is active voice, can you like change into passive voice? But the no help of Google or ChatGPT. Huh? Yes, Yamini. Okay. A book was being read by her. Fine. And that's correct. And I appreciate. She drinks tea. She drinks tea. Tea is drunk by her is correct. Okay. Remaining wrong. Tea is drunk by her is correct. Now, they had they had uh, ordered a book. They had ordered a book. They had ordered a book. They had ordered a book. Not have. They had ordered a book. Okay. A book had been ordered by them. Okay, fine. A book had been ordered by them is the correct answer. Okay. Remaining everything is wrong. Okay, fine. I can find students at least can able to do like few students, but not everyone have this knowledge on this verbal ability part. Like it says long back that we have learned all these things. Tell me what is the sentence formation for? What is the sentence formation for present perfect? Sentence formation for present perfect. It would be more appreciate if you take the spontaneity by owning your mic and if you say, I'll be happy, not the chat box.
So subject plus have has plus V3 form of verb plus object.
Okay, fine. Then what will be the sentence formation for present perfect continuous?
So subject plus have or has plus been plus V4 like inform plus object.
Okay. All right. Then what will be the sentence formation for future continuous?
So subject plus we can use like will shall plus be plus V3 plus object.
What's the difference between will and shall?
So will means we can it represents ability. Shall means like she can do or he can do. Like we will use for like conditions like will. So that's all, sir. I can't say.
Okay, fine. And that's true. And next, what is the objective pronoun for I? What is the objective pronoun for I? Subjective pronoun is I. What is the objective pronoun for I?
Mine.
Okay, mine, me. Okay,
Me, sir.
yes. Okay, right. Then what about the objective pronoun for we?
Us, sir.
Okay, fine. Us is the right answer. And when we use normally while speaking, when should we use this simple present tense?
It represents like universal truths or daily habits or something which is happening in present. We can use for present tense, simple present tense.
Then what about uh, future continuous?
We can estimate that it is going to be happen in the future, so we can use future continuous.
Okay. All right. So this is a direct speech I'm giving to you. She said, are you going to a market? Is a direct speech. Change into indirect speech now.
She asked me that if I was going to the market.
He said, yes, Aswini. Okay. Right. She said, go and get the book.
She told me to go and get the book.
She told me,
Go and get the book.
like, told is not used in this sentence.
So she like ordered or suggested go and get the book. Like it is some kind of
Okay, your sentence is correct, but you have missed the important conjunction there.
is it let
Yes.
To go and get the book.
Okay. Uh, she asked me go get. Nida has told this. She ordered me to go and get the book. As to is the conjunction that we should use. 2 plus V1. Okay. After ordered. So she ordered to go and get the book. Fine. Mm, she said, she said, I am going to market tomorrow. Sorry, I will go to market tomorrow. She said, I will go to market tomorrow. She said, I will go to market tomorrow.
she said that she would go to market day by day.
Okay. Day by day or following day, anything is fine. Now, she said, I ordered a book.
She said that she had ordered a book.
Yes, she had ordered a book is the right answer. Okay, fine. As I'm getting a lot of responses. Next, yes. And I'm happy that you have some knowledge on all these things. So it would be great for me to explain well, not from scratch. But I'll try to explain from scratch because there are some students like they are not having any pace. So no issues. I'll start from scratch here and we'll do a lot of exercise on all these things. So my intention is here is like it's been a long time that if someone who just stopped learning this grammar in their like in school time itself, it is bit difficult for us to solve all these things. If you are perfect, then no issues. But if you're not, then there will be a problematic thing here in the aptitude. Why? Because in the verbal abilities, it's not just about the synonyms vocabulary part. There's a lot of questions we can find in the grammar related part. As to solve this grammar related part, applying common sense is not only the thing that really works well, because in the verbal ability, I can see a lot of students just apply the common sense, out of which you still, like out of 4 options, you can eliminate 2 options by applying the common sense, but you are still stuck with these 2 options. And to get one right option, unless you have a strong command on this English, you can't find the right option, right exact option here. Otherwise, you will end up in choosing the wrong option, maybe. Like there will be a probability that in such way. So this is a problem. Like the real problem that we face with these verbal abilities, the option look like a twins, as it's very hard to decide which option is more appropriate. In the upcoming questions, you will easily able to relate that. And for questions like this, we can easily able to do this. And as I'm showing you the sentence only, and I didn't give any options, you tried well. I really appreciate you. But I'm going to teach everything within one page. If we take tenses, I'll teach in one page. If we take active and passive, one page. Because this is not all about writing something or changing something. It's all about finding the right option. So to find the right option, there are some tricks and tips. Those are more than enough to this, as we are not going to complicate any things further. And even I don't do that. As you can remember, during our school time, we written a lot of pages. For tenses itself, we written 12, 13 pages. As those things are not at all necessary. And I can even show you how to find the right option within seconds, particularly for this active passive tense related parts. I can even show you how to find within seconds. Like by seeing the question itself, we can easily find the option. Right. We'll move to the verbal ability. What kind of questions will be asked, what sections are there, and everything. And I'll also show you some model questions in that. Definitely, Praveen. I will tell you. Yes, it is for exam point of view as well as for learning language, like building our English language. Okay, for both. So the first section that you can see here in the verbal ability is the reading comprehension. As reading comprehension is something that everyone know, but what special reading comprehension that we are going to solve here is, like we normally know reading comprehension means something extracting some word from that comprehension and we are solving that. But this is what we did in our school time, but we are not going to face the same reading comprehensions now. See, these many types of questions are there. Like you need to excel on all these type of questions in the reading comprehension. For example, main idea or central theme of questions, where you can't find this central theme or main idea anywhere in the paragraphs. By reading that, by analyzing that whole sentence, we need to create one, like what exactly the core idea of this whole passage. And this type of questions you might get. And title selection type of questions you will get, like you need to select one good title. However, they are not going to give any title for that. You need to select the suitable title for that. Like finding title is very easy, but it's not that easy because the options look like a twins, as that is a problem that we face. And fact-based questions, just like we did in our school. Like if the comprehension says tiger has 3 babies, means like how many babies does the tiger have? So this type of questions will be fact-based questions and inference-based question. Like it's also same like this central theme, like core idea part and vocabulary from the passage, where they will take one word or one phrase from the sentence and you are asked to find out the right option, like it is related to synonym or antonym or any one word substitute or anything. Like vocabulary from the passage is very common. And tone of the author. While reading, we face this problem like which tone the speaker is speaking. But once we started understanding the context of the text, then we can easily relate like what kind of tone he is using while writing. As tones, we can see optimistic, pessimistic, sad, happy. And purpose of the passage, true or false statements are very common, where you'll be having four statements and you are asked to find out which statement is true. And summary based questions are also very common. Summary means you already know that short form of that story. Like what exactly is that reading comprehension, whole context giving to us. So we'll find or we'll discuss more about this reading comprehension, how to find a right option and exercises in the upcoming classes. As I'm only showing you the types of questions, so I'm not going into detail. So just understand what type of questions will be asked. That's it. And in the vocabulary part, you can find synonyms. Synonyms are nothing but the same meaning words. For example, happy means joy. So this happy means joy, as these two things are same, but the word usage is different. So same meaning words are nothing but the synonyms here. But the antonyms means opposite words. Like happy means sad. This is the opposite word. But the questions are not going to be this simple, as you will find a lot of complicated vocabulary. So you need to excel on all those things. As these words are lax, like just because I'm saying you need to learn synonyms and antonyms doesn't mean that you should learn each and every word in the English. If you keep doing so, or if I keep doing so, this is a never ending topic. Then what we can do? Solve as many questions as you can, so that you can easily able to relate. So this is the only thing that works for this synonyms and antonyms, and even for one word substitutes, where they will give one full sentence like a definition, and you are asked to find out one word substitute for that. And idioms and phrases. As idioms, we can see like if I say going to class is a piece of cake, what does this mean? Going to class is a piece of cake for me. What do you understand by this idiom? Going to class is a piece of cake for me. Yes, easy. Piece of cake in the sense, not the piece of cake that we eat. Here, piece of cake in the sense easy. Instead of saying going to class is very easy to me, I can say going to class is a piece of cake. And you can find many such idioms like cloud nine. I'm on a cloud nine. These kind of idioms are very common, where we'll be doing a lot of questions on these idioms and phrases in the upcoming classes. And homophones. Here we do have homophones and homonyms. As I think I have already discussed about these things in the 7 C's of communication. Homonyms means homo means same. Homophones. Let's first discuss about homophone. Homophone means homo means same, phone means sound. The word is having same sound but different spellings and different meanings. As I said, one example, sun and sun, S-O-N and S-U-N. In the same way, we do have other things like there and there, T-H-E-R-E, T-H-E-I-R, and floor, 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 F-L-O-U-R, F-L-W-O-R, and flower. These are sounding alike, but having different spellings. Can you say some more words like this, which are homophones? Two and two. Yes. T-O, T-W-O. C and C. Yes. New and new. K-N-E-W. K-N-O-W-N-O. Eat, ate. Okay, eat, ate. Huh. Here, ear. Where, were. For, far. New, new. Yes. Can. Meet, meet. Yes. One. Fine. Night, K-N-I-G-H-T. Okay. Fine. So these are homonyms. Sorry, homophones. Now coming to homonyms. Homonyms. Homonyms are having same spelling, but according to the sentences, the meaning of that spelling changes. As I already told you, for example, like board. Writing board is totally different from examination board. Bank of river is different from money lending bank. Can you mention some more examples like that? Can. Read, read. Sell, bank. Close. Yes, close. Good example. Spelling but different meaning. Same spelling. Minute. Minute. Hmm. Ring. Yes, ring. That one ring that we put for finger and ringing. Bat. Mammal bat and playing bat. Object. Bank. Light. Heavy. Lamp. Brightness. Yes. Stuff. Beer. Bear. Power. Letter. Yes. Okay. I found good examples from your end. So these type of things are also common. And next, confusing words are also common, like affect, effect, accept, accept, expect. So these type of confusing words are also common. And word usage in a sentence, I'll show you examples. Root words. Root word in the sense main word, like for example, station. And if we add suffix like ari, stationary, right? But the main word here is station, where you can find such kind of root words a lot. So this type of vocabulary related questions are asked. What it is tested in that, like word power and its usage. And next, sentence formation. As this is tested like clarity and logical order, where you can find sections like jumbled sentences. Like sentences are in jumbled, simply PQRS forms, where you have four sentences which are in PQRS, where you need to arrange them in a order to make a meaningful whole sentence. And sentence rearrangement is also same thing, but here you can see they will give sentence 1, sentence 6. As this sentence 1 and sentence 6 are fixed, where you need to jumble this PQRS in between. And sentence completion means they will give half of the sentence and remaining sentence should be fulfilled by you. And paragraph rearrangement, it's the same thing. Logical connectors, which is nothing but conjunctions, proper conjunctions. Yes, here you can see, for example, extreme old age when a man behaves like a fool is the one-word substitute type of question. So which option best suitable for this meaning definition? And this is also one-word substitution, that which cannot be corrected. That which cannot be corrected. Here are the four options. This is also one-word substitute. The study of ancient societies. This is also one-word substitutes. What's the answer for this? Tell me. We'll, however, do these exercises later. Normally, tell me this one. The study of ancient societies, anthropology, archaeology, history, ethnology. Simply, that is archaeology. A person of good understanding, knowledge, and reasoning power. Now you can see the option. Expert, intellectual, snob, literate. All these things are synonyms. Like a synonyms, not exactly synonyms, but it is having a same meaning almost. But particularly for this knowledge and reasoning power, what it will be? And we are talking about person even. So simply that is intellectual. Intellectual. And now tell me, this is a idiom. This is a idiom. To cry wolf. To cry wolf. To listen eagerly. To give false alarm. To turn pale. To keep off starvation. What's the answer? To cry wolf. Yes, what's the answer? The answer is to give false alarm. Normally, like we are not having knowledge on each and every word here. Like idioms are many. We don't need to read everything, but we can still able to relate this. For example, uh, wolf. Since our childhood, we studied, like we read many stories, and we given this wolf character as a cunning character, which is a negative character, right? Wolf, fox. So turning paling is wrong. Starvation is related to different thing. Listening is also not related to this wolf. And cry is related to sound, right? Sound means cunningness means false. Like we can relate it with a false, like a negative thing. A false alarm. A cry wolf means false alarm. To give a false alarm. As the wolf character is cunningness, which is a falseness. So you can relate in such way and you can still solve them. And here you can see this is a sentence rearrangement, PQRS, and you need to arrange them PQRS in a proper order. And next, this is a sentence improvement. We'll come to this. Now, yes, this is a sentence improvement. His powerful desire brought about his downfall. Improvement in the sense, like this is also fine, but instead of these three words, we can replace it with some other things. Which best suitable there is what the sentence improvement means. Simply, we are improving the sentence as it is already right previously, but we are more improving more even. Okay. And this is a like here I am talking about sentence 1 and sentence 6. As you can see, PQRS in between where you need to jumble them in a proper order. And this is an analogy type of question. As analogy is nothing but finding the relationship between the previous two things, based on which you need to find the option which is having the exact relationship. This is an analogy type of question. And this is a clause test, choosing the right word, choosing the right vocabulary or simply word. I saw a dash of cows in the field. What is the option? Group of cows, head of cows, swarm of cows, flock of cows. What's the answer? Yes, head of cow. Simply, every organism group contains one name. Like here, if we are talking about persons, then we call that as a group. And here we are talking about cows. Cow group is head. And what is swarm? Swarm. Like swarm is a group of swarm is a group of Anyone? No one knows? Rains. Okay, head is right, but I'm talking about sphere. Sphere, flock, sphere, flock. Yes, flock of birds. Flock is used for birds. Then what about sphere? Okay, you can find. Next, the grapes are now dash enough to be picked. Ready, mature, ripe, advanced. If you observe, these are synonyms. Meaning of all these things are same. These are synonyms, but they are talking about grapes. What is the right word? Ripe. Yes, ripe is used for grapes. Ready is used for humans. Mature, same humans. Advanced is used for like technologies or non-living things. Right? So ripe is used for fruits. As that word is dedicated for the fruits. Next, this is a clause test. This is a clause test where you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blanks and options where you need to select the right option there. So this option may be conjunctions, prepositions, interjunctions, or any parts of speech like adjectives or any tenses, helping verbs, anything it may be. They will ask you. And here you can see word rearrangement, like sentence rearrangement. As I immediately salary my want. As you can see, 5 jumbled words where you need to arrange them in a proper order to make it as a meaningful sentence. So you should have a command on subject, helping verb, and object sentence formations like sentence formula so that you can easily able to solve this. In subject, normally we might use nouns or pronouns based on which what is a noun or pronoun. However, noun is not there here. So next immediate thing is pronoun, which is I. Which option is having one at first? This option. So this is the right option. You don't need to do any other things. Like simply find out noun or pronoun here and check for options and just opt for that option. As you already know, like few of you have mentioned like subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. As if you found any objective pronouns like me, obviously me will be at the end. So you should look at the last one. So simply this answer is I want my salary immediately. I want my salary immediately. Yes, your answers are true. Now, next one. So this is a sentence completion. As you can see, his appearance is unsmiling, but and remaining sentence is what you need to find among these options. And this but and will decide which one to choose. As you need to gain the good command on this English grammar. Okay. As I can see students from different backgrounds and few are really well, as I can see few students who has given the answers, I can find like they know everything. And there are also students who don't know anything like about this grammar. They might neglected this grammar in their school time. Like they have zero knowledge in this grammar. So the class contains every type of students. So however, I'm going to start everything from the scratch. So you can gain the confidence in that. Next, grammar related questions. What they will check here is accuracy and sentence structures. For example, error spotting, where you will be having 4 different sentences and you are asked to find out which option or which sentence has an error. Error might be anything like parts of speech, tenses, helping verbs, subject verb agreement, anything it may be. And sentence corrections, as you need to correct them, as it is mostly related like error spotting only. And fill in the blanks just like a clause test. Tenses, they'll this tenses is a dominating section in the whole verbal ability, and it's like a heart to the grammar. Unless we understand the tenses properly, we can't proceed with any other grammar, because every other grammar wholly depends on the tenses itself. So this tenses is very dominating in the verbal abilities. So you should have a strong command over this. And articles. When should we use a and the? As these articles are very common, so you might get this type of error spotting or any type of questions based on these articles, or sometimes they will ask the direct questions. And prepositions, the same like articles, it might ask it in the error spotting or sentence corrections, or else it will ask separate questions. As there are lot many prepositions like in, into, on, near, beside, across, as you need to understand the meaning properly, otherwise that will confuse us as a lot. Next, subject verb agreement. She gives, she give. Which one is correct? She gives and she give.
Those are used for simple present, sir.
Yes, these are yes, that is absolutely right. These are used for simple present, but among these two options, which is correct? She gives or she give?
An objective.
Yes. Yes, she gives is right. She gives is right. This is a subject and this is a verb. Subject verb agreement means it should agree with each other. So this should be appropriate. But here it is not agreeing properly. So if it is in singular, you have to add es or s forms. It will be more clear in the tenses part. Don't worry. Next, active and passive voice that I have already asked you. Like there are some rules that we need to follow, like bringing subject into object, object into subject, verb form into V3 form, and direct and indirect speech. Like there are four types of sentences, and each sentence will transform direct into indirect speech in many ways. And we have to change every helping verb and verb form into past forms. And we have to turn some words like shall, should, can, could, may, might, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the previous day, today, this day, or sorry, that day, these, those. So these kind of things will be asked in the direct and indirect speech. And in the clause test, all these sections will be asked in the clause test, which may be grammar based clause test or vocabulary based clause test or mixed one or contextual understanding. As you can see, one question here, this is a sentence error. Error. So option A, B, C, D. The Indian radio, which was previously controlled by the British rulers, is free now from narrow vested interest. Which sentence has an error, as well as what is the error? Yes, hurry up. What is error? No error. Okay, C has the error. What is the error there?
B, sir.
D. Yes, E is now free. See, by reading itself, we can sense. Which was previously controlled by the British rulers is fine. Is free now from or is free from now? which looks so appropriate is what you need to find. He is free now from. By reading that itself, we can sense. Okay. So this is a option. And here you can see, this is also same error bit. If I had known this yesterday, I will have helped him. No error. Yes, C is the option, but I want what is the like right thing to do.
Sir, C is wrong because it has to be in future perfect. Bean is missing, sir.
You're saying I will have been helped him.
I would have helped him, sir.
Yes, exactly. Here we are talking about past. Here had is related to past, yesterday is related to past. In the same way, here you can't find anything related to past. So this is a modal verb. Will is a modal verb. As whenever we turn this will into a past form, then that will change into would. So I would have helped him, as this is a chance or something instance. So this is a sentence error and sentence corrections. As there are not many men who are so famous that they frequently referred to by their short names only. As this short name is wrong here, you need to correct this short name with something else. Initial, signature, picture, middle names, no correction required. Like normally, if you want, yes, Ashwini.
Initials, sir.
Yes, initials is the correct answer. Normally, if we want to refer someone, we refer with their first name only, right? Which is initial only, right? Next, in the error detection, particularly they will ask grammar error or vocabulary error, contextual like homophones, spelling error. Most of the times you will also find the section called punctuation error. Punctuation like comma, full stop, colon, semicolon, epstroke, and exclamation mark, question mark. So these type of errors will be also asked. Sometimes instead of question mark, they will give full stop. So same like everything has its own pros and cons. Even this verbal ability has its own pros and cons. As I already mentioned the cons here, which is the confusion with the options. But it has a great pro compared to the quantitative aptitude and reasoning, that we can able to solve these questions very fastly. Because quant and reasoning is something that we haven't concentrated more since our childhood, but this verbal ability, grammar and everything, that we have some some command on this, as this is one advantage that we can take, as well as we can apply the common sense mostly here in this, as based on the communication that we do every day, as this is the advantage that we have. And in particularly in aptitude, it's very important to complete the exam on time, as you will get very less time to complete all the questions. So if you stuck with the questions like quantitative aptitude or reasoning, that will consume a lot of time. So then what you need to do? You need to first solve this verbal ability. But I am not recommending in the verbal ability that you should first go through with the reading comprehension, as reading comprehension takes some time. So you can just go through these type of questions like active, passive, error detection, so that it is just like a one line and finding the four options, where seconds are more than enough to complete this. So if you can able to complete all the questions even before this time limit, as you have the scope here to complete even before the time limit. But for other sections, you don't have that scope. Like it will definitely going to take some time, because you need to solve that. For example, if we take blood relation question itself, you need to study the question and you need to understand the relationship between father, son, and everything, and you need to find the option. But here, by seeing the first, like just like we have seen the sentence rearrangement, by seeing the first word I, as this is a subject, you can choose the option within 1 second, as you don't need to go through all these things again. So this has a greatest advantage with that. That's why have a strong command on each and every grammar that I'm going to teach you for the next 15 days, and practice as many exercises as you can in the class as well as outside. Then automatically you won't face any problem this with this verbal ability, as well as you will find every rule to how to speak or when to use what helping verb and what verb form in the sentences, as whatever we speak wholly depends on the tenses only, right? Like every sentence that we speak wholly depends on past, present, and future only. And in past, present, and future sentences, we find these common things like helping verbs and verb forms. But whilst we speak, we use different or wrong verb forms and helping verbs, and that's the exact reason why our English looks so bad. And once you are done with this tenses part and everything, you will get this knowledge on what to use at which place. Automatically, your English goes very fine. So I want you to be attentive for the next 15 days and then just participate in the answering. Yes, punctuation. As you will you can find these many sections are there. Among all these sections, if you learn these things properly, then 100% of your verbal ability is done. Where the first dominating section, that is tenses, where in the sentence formations, verb forms, subject verb agreements, in all these things, this tenses is a major thing. And parts of speech, as there are 8 parts of speech in English, so you can do this. Active, passive, direct, indirect speech, degrees of comparison, articles, synonyms, antonyms, idiom phrases, and one word substitutes. If you are done with all these things, then your verbal ability section is done. And in the next 5 to 6 days, I'm going to complete all these things, and we'll be doing exercise in the remaining classes, as this is the module, the way I'm going to teach you. All right, this is all about the introduction of the verbal ability, and tomorrow I'll be starting the parts of speech and tenses. And if you have any questions or anything, then you can please ask me. Praveen, I will teach only simple tricks and shortcuts, as this is not any like a graduation classes where you need to write the exams. So definitely, I will explain only shorts and tricks, because it's very hard for us at this right moment to remember everything. If I complicate the same way that we complicated the things earlier, then there will be a no use for this. So simply I'm saying that thing only, right? So tenses, whatever the tenses, active, passive, everything I'll teach within one page, just to make you understand how to find the right option. Yes, any other things? As there is no time today, so we'll conduct this debate or something like that in the other classes. Okay. Okay. Hoping, like hope nothing from your end. Amar.
Yes.
Uh, yes. Like this is the end of the class. I'm done with the topic.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Like students were asking how to check the attendance part. Like you can.
Yeah, guys, so there is no any such a tracker. Okay, so you need to just apply the simple formula. As today is the date, and if you attended and mark the attendance for 8 days, then your attendance is 80%. You just have to divide the total number of sessions, okay, and you will get that percentage. See, if you not attend your college class, it will affect your attendance, right? Similarly, here also. Yes. The most important thing on a daily basis, your attendance is getting back on which day you are joining, on which day you are not joining. By end of the day, till day 60, which sessions you attended, on which day you joined, on which day you not joined. All this information will be submitted to your college. And on top of it, be like the certification is important, right? That also will be dependent on to this attendance. Plus, we'll be having exam as well by end of the program. And to face the examination, you need to be attentive on a daily basis and you need to attend each and every class without fail because these all things are happening for you guys. So you need to take that seriously. So rest other things, sharing the attendance and recordings, you have everything with you on a portal, right? So which you can access.
Amar, may I leave?
Yes, sir. We will end the